We would like to welcome you back here to the Barber Biz Podcast. I'm your host again, Dan Brown. And we have another great interview for this week. We were able to sit down with Jimmy Gilmore. His Instagram tag is @KeenCuts. He also has his website, KeenCutsOfAtlanta.com. And he was really informative in terms of some different educational things. And also, too, in regards to really thinking outside the box and some other branding gems, I guess you could call them. So we'll get right to the interview. So we welcome you back to the Barber Biz Podcast. And this man I've known for some time now. When it comes to being an educator, when it comes to being an instructor, I've definitely seen him in action in so many different ways. So I've been very privileged to be in a few different settings with him, whether it's been at hair shows, in the classroom. Right now we're in his suite, which is pretty crisp. So it's good to be able to have the opportunity to be here. Mr. Jimmy Gilmore, Keen Cuts. Jimmy,
absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. It's an honor. You know, you inspired me a lot. Like, I don't know if you know it or not. Well, for those who listen, this is actually my instructor. I know he's a very humble, modest individual. But I learned a lot from this guy.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that or edit it because I'm gonna feel kind of funny about it, but it's cool though. So it's interesting because a lot of times when I've actually had a chance to talk with some people, now I know them personally. Mm-hmm. I've gotten to know them personally.
Okay.
But some of the first things that I mention is what's some things that are on their different pages, whether it's Facebook or their YouTube videos or their Instagram page.
Okay.
What are they posting on their Twitter accounts?
Gotcha.
Because the reality is that with social media today, that helps to really give us a platform.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, as we mentioned, you a master educator, master barber.
I would like to get people in tune into what I'm doing as far as motivational and inspiration. Because a lot of time I do certain things and I don't know that it have an effect on certain people.
Yeah.
Like how it does.
Absolutely.
So, I have people reaching out to me all the time, Mr. G, Jimmy, what's going on, man? You just don't know what you did, what you posted, help me out to get through the day and things of that nature. So I'm saying all that to say this. A lot of times when you actually thinking people are not watching and you're branding yourself and you promoting and advertising and marketing yourself and doing certain things like that, you definitely have a significant impact on another individual life.
Good.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's why I try to post motivational, inspirational, and try to get a little personal every now and then, so people can actually have a feel of my personality, but not straying away from the professional side of it.
Absolutely. So tell us where you're from originally and so forth.
I'm originally from Mississippi. I left Mississippi and moved to Memphis, and Memphis is where I actually obtained my master barber license.
Okay.
I've been in the industry professionally since 2006.
Okay.
That's when I, took the, trade serious and went to school and got my license and things like that.
Sounds like me around that time. Yeah.
But pretty much how everybody started off, cutting the porch on the kitchen, in the bathrooms and things like that, just for just a little side hustle. But actually, it has been taking care of me for a long time.
What part of Mississippi?
From the Delta.
Okay.
From the Delta.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, it's a flatland. It's about an hour. It's about an hour outside of Memphis.
Okay.
Memphis is the closest major city.
Do you think that having that mentality or being able to recognize that potential that you have is something that's really is of importance now?
I think it is. And the reason why I say so, because the industry that we are involved in, it kind of helps people, give some type of motivation to motivate them to know that, you don't have to have all these different types of degrees or things like in that nature to be able to be successful. So you can go to school, get your cosmetology license, your barber's license, along get your instructor's license, things of that nature to be able to give back to individuals that you see that lack certain,
Yeah. What are some of the things that have hindered you, or some of the pitfalls that you have kind of gone through leading up to this point in your career?
I wouldn't necessarily say hindered me.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it kind of motivated me to be where I am today. But a lot of things that I have been through as far as, because I don't know if you ever noticed or pay attention on my social media, like everything that I do, everything that I try to come up with, it kind of benefits not only me, but everybody else.
Yeah.
And prime example, just like with the class, like the state board prep class, I do that just to give back what I know or what I've been through and the sacrifices that I have made.
What are some of the sacrifices you've made?
Some of the sacrifices that I have made, Lord, I don't believe we can say this over. But I have made some sacrifices. Anything worth having is definitely sacrifice a lot of time.
Okay.
A lot of energy.
Yeah.
A lot of finances.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah, I understand.
There's no shortcuts, because what you'll find yourself doing is going back over it all over again, and you'll be wasting more time, more energy, and more money than you just could. Just narrow it, kept it straight, horse tunnel goggles, no peripheral vision, knowing what's in front of you, and just stay focused. Yeah.
Where do you see the industry headed going forward in the future? Because you talk about trying to make changes for the good and really trying to do things for other people, motivate other people.
The industry I see is headed more so online. You notice the average person, if you ride on the bus, you ride a car, people are always on their phone. So it's certain things that I see from the barber standpoint is that things are going online. The barber industry itself is a $1 billion+ industry every year. I know a lot of people see when I'm doing a store dealing with Adidas. The beauty and barber industry is an untapped industry from big corporations like Nike, Adidas, or any other household brands shoe. You have these big corporations and companies that are endorsing the entertainment, the athletes. You see what I'm saying? Giving them big $1 million endorsement deals and sponsorships and things of that nature. But who are the people that's behind the scenes that keep these people? You got the Kanye West, you got the Clips, you got the Pharrell, you got the Serena Williams, you got all of these entertainers and professional athletes that have these major deals.
Okay.
But the barber and beauty industry is an untapped industry. So where in between those lines, can any barber that's in this profession or any educator in this profession can seek out and show the people that's endorsing these people with these sponsorships and deals and things of that nature that we need something specifically.
Where did that idea come from, or even that thought process to say, you see this person on TV, but it almost sounds like you essentially said, well, why not for the barber?
Right, because it's billions of dollars. So it's all about numbers. It has to make mathematical sense. So by making mathematical sense, we need something that we can look forward to launch and to have these certain type of deals and opportunities like the entertainers and the professional athletes. By us being in the industry that generate over 2016 last year, the number was $21 billion that the beauty industry made throughout the world. That's a lot of money. I was at the Bundes Brother Hair Show. I saw the Prophet, the gentleman that be on TV shows and things of that nature, where he go in and he see business that's struggling, and he go in and do his research and go in and buy a certain percentage of the business to help it flourish and keep going. Now he was there at the Bundes Brother Hair Show. So saying that to say this is that it's a lot of money in this industry, and by us being in the industry, we need to recognize it, and we need to open and expand our mind, and that's where the guy that wrote The Secret of the Six-Figure Barber, speaks about certain things like that. And one of the things that I know that he has in the book is the competitive versus the creative. We spend a whole lot of time trying to compete with one another versus creating something for the next individual to benefit from. If I'm doing this, another barber want to do this. If I'm doing it, he want to do it better. If she doing this, she want to do it better. So you have to utilize all ounces of your brain to think outside of the box versus trying to compete. You got to be a creative, because a seed has been planted inside of you in order for you to be able to grow and expand and help other individuals along the way. I tend to like to create. I see what's going on in the industry and I pay attention, but I'm not trying to compete. You have to have a creative mindset. You have to be professional. You have to carry yourself a certain way. And that's why my pitch for Adidas, because that idea came about, I think, a whole lot as far as creating an opportunity. We as an industry have to recognize that. So why shouldn't we be able to take advantage of when this is the industry that, by me speaking as an educator and a master barber.
Did you ever think that you would be getting into the educational part of the industry?
I did. My mind frame of how I wanted to do certain things as far as this, making sure that the student, get what they need to get.
Yeah. Thing that I've noticed in terms of the work that you've really put in is recognizing the fact that everything is, first off, it's never about you. That's basically what it seems like. And also, too, when it comes to educating, it's about the students. So where did you get your Instagram name is Keen Cuts? Where does that come from?
The word itself, I was teaching a class on chapter 14, which is the shaving chapter. And I came across the word, when I was in part of the chapter where it mentioned the conventional straight razor and the changeable straight razor. And the honing and stropping of the razor. And I came across the word keen. Simple, classy, sleek, and keen itself, sharp. So I went to Webster Dictionary and I Googled it. And it says certain things like, not thinking the obvious, being excited about certain things, being intellectual, having a sharp point and an edge. So I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what cuts look like with keen.
Okay.
So I went to the board and wrote it down just to see how it looked. It represents anybody who have sharp, precise, defined, classy. I can go on and on with the words. Cuts.
That might be the promo little piece right there. I know that's interesting.
Yeah, so keen cuts.
Okay.
And then a lot of times people get it, kind of mixed up because it sounds like king, like a king. But no, it's K-E-E-N.
Yeah. Why is it a customer wants to come to you to get service? That's the first part of the question. The second part of the question will be, why is that a student will say, you know what, I want to be educated by Jimmy Gilmore?
I think because of how I carry myself, my personality, my energy, that clients feed out. Because in order to do any type of business with anybody, you somewhat have to have a personal relationship with them to a certain extent. So people can actually just feel you out, feel your energy, feel your vibe, so they can know if they can be able to deal with you or not. My clients feel like that they can come to me because we can talk about anything. It's a comfortable environment. It's not open. Where like the traditional barbershop where you hear all different types of conversations and all different types of things that's negative. When they come in, or when they come to me like Jimmy, he's not only my barber, that's my dude, that's my guy. I love this cat. Because he have shown me over the years by him servicing me that he is a go-getter. He's gonna go and do what he said he's gonna do. I'm seeing it in his work. He's not talking about it, he's actually doing it. The industry, I think, is being a little bit more trendy and fashionable now. But people want to say they want to be taught by Mr. G. It's like, okay, I see what Mr. G is doing. I see how Mr. G dressed. I see how he carries himself. I see how the people that comes around him act a certain way. The conversation that he has with other individuals. Because I'm a good-hearted person. Mississippi Southern hospitality, I greet people, I treat people, with the utmost respect. I treat people how like I want to be treated. So I think that plays a very important part of education. Just not only teaching the information, but having a sincere desire heart for the people that you are educating, because you have them for a short period of time that they can take with them for the rest of their life for a long period.
Absolutely. So what are some different things you have on tap going forward? I know that we just spoke the other day at the Barbernomics event.
Okay.
What are some different things that you're working on going forward that we can see you in the future?
I would say more educational classes. Okay. I'm still educating. I'm still teaching, but I'm teaching outside of the school. So, I'm utilizing my resources and things that makes me be able to help the industry, whether it's 1 student, 2 students, 10 students, 15, 30, 40 at a time, get to where they're trying to go. Hosting different classes with certain, distinguished educators, so we can still hold energy and feed energy off into the industry. A program that I thought about the other night, a rehabilitation program. Okay. An expungement program. Okay. To the point where that we have a lot of individuals that coming home from jail or coming from any type of federal institution or anything like that need a second chance. I have talked with an attorney. We trying to work out some things as far as having individual record expunged, so they can be able to do certain things so they don't have any type of hiccups or any type of interference when they fill out their application to go before the board to get their license once they have went to the school. Wow. So that would help them out a whole lot. When we haven't actually got the date, but we're still working trying to get that aligned to make sure that we have all the clauses and make sure everything is legally in place before we actually just do it and promote it. That's definitely one of the things that I feel that's going to help a lot of people that feel like that they don't have second chance. And I know it's several other programs like churches and things like that that actually offer this type of program, but the program that is going to be tuition assistance involved with that.
That's definitely going to empower a lot of people.
And that's going to be something that BBM is going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, King Cuts, that's me. I'm 1/3 of BBM, which is an investment group.
Uh-huh.
My other partners, Mr. Randall Addison, Mr. Joshua Winston. You know, so it's 3 of us actually in the investment group of BBM.
Okay.
BBM is just barber, business, mogul. If you're a barber, you're a businessman, you're a mogul. Barbers and stylists, makeup artists, estheticians, anybody that's in the beauty industry are a businesswoman and businessmen. Jay-Z has it. And that's how I go about when I do my marketing or I do my videos and things like that. He a businessman just so happen to know how to rap. That's just one of the things he do. So he just don't focus solely on just rapping. He got a company where he's being a management for different athletes. He got a record company. He got 40 clubs and all these different types of business entities and things like that going on. Saying that to say this is that we have to think like that.
Absolutely.
And that's my approach. That's why, me, one of the students said, Mr. Gilmore, so why you don't post a lot of pictures of your haircut? I kind of laughed. I laughed, but we was in class,
Uh-huh.
and he said amongst a lot of other individuals that were interested in knowing what I had to say.
Okay.
So what I said was that I'm just not trying. I said I don't have anything against it. I said that's good. For those who post the pictures, that's good for your portfolio. And get yourself out there so you build a clientele and people see your work and all that. I said that's good. That's fine. But I said I'm not marketing myself as a barber. I'm marketing myself as a businessman that so happen to know how to cut hair.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't post a lot of pictures. I post videos. So videos give you a more visual image of where I'm going with this. So I know in the majority of all my videos and everything, it goes back because I was working on the Adidas thing for about a year and a half now. I always make sure, and shout out to my guy Paul Patrick Film, that's who do all my videos, work and all of that. Big shout out to him. I had him to focus mainly just on this share to Adidas, and I want to just speak a little bit more about this.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
The share to Adidas is comfortable for me, and if I can stand up all day, 8 to 10 hours, and teach in this shoe and cut hair in this shoe, I think that this is the shoe of choice in the industry. It don't have to be all black and white. We just have to make sure that whatever we're doing, whatever we think about, whatever comes to mind can come into fruition, into manifestation. Even though I'm being interviewed, I like to speak on behalf of the industry because I feel like I'm one of the voice of the industry.
Absolutely.
So I done helped several, along with other distinguished educators, good known educators, help several people to get their license, and that is working in some of the shop of the barbers that are pillars that's in the industry.
What's something or what do you want to leave our listeners off with? Some type of thought or whatever you want to say.
I would say do your research. For those who are looking to own and operate a shop, make sure that, first off, you got to have good credit and things of that nature, somewhat together. You got to have good credit. Do your research. Make sure that you know exactly what you want to do, where you're looking to go. Location is the key. I know some of you all probably heard it before, but location is the key. Adequate park is a must. Everything else around the business, you can work around that, because if you're a go-getter, you're a person that's not going to sit back and wait for someone to come and keep feeding you, but you'll go out and go get it. That's the mentality that you have to have. Now, everybody don't have that mentality. Yeah. Some people are slackers. Some people, like for people to come and feed them walk-ins, and they want to sit around and wait. They don't want to pass out no business cards. They don't want to pass out no flyers. These are the things that's going to prepare you mentally to be a shop owner or school owner, because you have to go through certain things in order to be able to see each other later. If you don't have no later, you're not going to have any fruits. Because everybody has a seed inside of them. And it's something that actually Paul Patrick sent me a video clip, and in the video he said everybody has a seed inside of them, and you will never run out of this. out of that seat, regardless of your circumstances, where you at. So you have the ability to be able to produce, meaning that whatever the mind comes up with, that seed, it starts from there. You have to plant it, nurture it, water it, watch it grow. That's why I tell our students, I said, don't be in a hurry of building your clientele, because if baby didn't come out of the womb straight walking, it has to go through stages.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so you have to build and develop and plan and strategize while you're in school. So stay focused, do your research, brand yourself while you're in school. If you are in school, if you're in reference to barber school, if you're a master barber that's working in a shop, learn everything that you can learn from every individual, because it's no glass ceiling in this industry, because the industry is constantly changing. That's why when you go to the Barber Brother Hair Show, it's different types of new material, product. You know, you have the no-turn slap where the guard, it's going to be something new later on. You know, so the industry is constantly generating different things. So you have to have your mind to think like that, so you can stay on comfortable. We're constantly just keeping up with what's going on in the industry. You know, it's like a Snapple food. You got to be abreast on what's going on, so you won't be left behind.
Well, Jimmy Gilmore, we definitely appreciate your time. KeenCutsOfAtlanta.com. Keen Cuts is the IG. And like I said, we really greatly appreciate your time.
That's a pleasure.
That you were able to take out for us today. And we'll see you in our next classroom, at our next show. We'll see you somewhere where you'll be educating us one way, shape, or form. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, I appreciate you.